So here, based on the work done to produce the liquid drop, we derived the formulas for them. Work done to produce the liquid drop of radius capital R, surface tension capital T, we got 4 pi r square into T. Work done to produce the bubble, soap bubble of radius capital R, the work done is equal to 8 pi r square into T we got. Work done to increase the radius of the liquid drop from R1 to R2, what is the work done? Work done to increase the radius of the soap bubble from R1 to R2, what is the work done? Already we discussed that. Okay, next, in those cases, whenever the big drop is divided into n droplets, then energy is lost. That energy lost, already we derived the formula for them. That energy is lost there. That's why the temperature of the liquid drops falls. Here, when n identical droplets merge together to form the big drop, the total surface area of the big drop is less than the total surface area of the n droplets. That's why surface area decreases when n identical drops merge together to form the big drop. That's why total energy or surface energy decreases. So when identical droplets merge together to form the big drop, as the surface energy decreases, total energy of the decreases. That means lost. So what is the energy lost? Whatever the energy lost, that is the energy released. Such energy released is equal to energy of the big droplets is n into 4 pi r square into T minus energy of the surface energy of the small droplet, big droplet is equal to 4 pi r square into capital D. Here the information regarding the small r only given, capital R is not given. Capital R is not given. So we have to eliminate them. Capital R is not given. So we have to eliminate. So here in this formula, that is equal to 4 pi T you take common into n small r square minus capital R square. Okay, so this is equation 1. But when n identical droplets merge together to form the big drop, total volume does not change. That's why volume of n identical droplets is equal to volume of the big drop. Small droplet radius smaller kabatti n droplets volume ante n into 4/3 pi r cube. That is equal to total volume of the big drop. 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 pi cancel. Therefore, capital R is equal to what is the value you will get? Capital R is equal to n to power of, you see, capital R is equal to, sorry, here it is cube, no? So cube. So n to power of 1 by 3 into small r you will get. Now we substitute this value here. Therefore, from 1, energy released is equal to 4 pi T into n into small r square minus capital R means n to power of 1 by 3 small r square is there. Therefore, n to power of 2 by 3 into r square. So in both the terms we can take r square common. Therefore, energy released is equal to 4 pi r square into T of n minus n to power of 2 by 3. N minus n to power of 2 by 3. It is the formula for energy released, where delta E is energy released. Suppose whenever the n small droplets merge together or coalesce each other to form the big drop, as the energy is released or energy is lost, this loss of energy is absorbed by the big drop only, so that it acquires the mechanical kinetic energy. ఇక్కడ లాస్ అయిన ఎనర్జీ మొత్తాన్ని కూడా ఇది అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకుని ఒకవేళ మెకానికల్ కైనెటిక్ ఎనర్జీని ఎక్వైర్ చేస్తే what is the speed of this big drop? In such a way they may ask. So if this loss of energy, if loss of energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy by the big drop, gain in kinetic energy by big drop, then speed of the big drop, V is equal to question mark. So whatever the energy is lost, that loss of energy, when n identical droplets merge together to form the big drop, energy loss is this one. This energy lost is absorbed by the big drop. If it gains the kinetic energy, what is the speed? That's why energy lost is equal to gaining kinetic energy by the big drop. That means half into mass of the big drop into speed of the big drop square. So here, suppose the density of the liquid is say rho. Okay, then loss of energy means this one, 4 pi small r square T n minus n to the power of 2 by 3. N minus n to the power of 2 by 3. It is the loss of energy, which is equal to half into mass of the big drop means mass of the n droplets. The n droplets యొక్క mass ఇది n droplets యొక్క mass కాబట్టి n into mass of each drop means volume into density. Volume of each droplet means 4/3 pi smaller cube into density rho. So it is the mass of small drop. N big drops are there. N small drops are there. So n into this one. It is the total mass of n drops, which is equal to mass of the big drop into speed square. So v square. Okay, therefore, from this v is equal to so from that v square is equal to, you see, this by this, right? 4 pi r square t of n minus n to the power of 2 by 3 whole by this one. Of course, we can write 2 2s are 2 2s are. Therefore, 2n pi r cube rho by 3 by 3. Here r square cube cancel, pi cancel. 2 2s are. Therefore, that is equal to 2 3s are 6. 6t by rho r, rho into small r into n minus n to the power of 2 by 3 by n is there. So n. Therefore, v square is equal to, or v is equal to, directly write, v is equal to. Therefore, v is equal to square root of 60 by rho r into its speed term 1 minus n to the power of 2 by 3 by n. N to the power of 2 by 3 by n means n to the power of 2 by 3 minus 1. 2 by 3 minus 1 means minus 1 by 3. So 1 by n to the power of 3 you will get. 1 by n to the power of 3 you will get. 1 by n to the power of 1 by 3 you will get. Okay. Suppose if you are given the radius of the small drop and the radius of the big drop, in that case, how we can do? Already we know volume of the big drop is equal to volume of the n small droplets. We know already. Okay. So n can be written as r cube by small r means, okay, you get r cube by small r means you will get capital R by small r. So small r by capital R, like that you will get. So this is the formula for the speed of the big droplets. T is same. T is the surface tension, not thickness. T is the surface tension. No? Surface tension is same for all droplets. Big drop, small drop, whatever it may be. Same liquid, no. Same liquid. That's why this the surface tension is same for all. Surface tension is same for all. Okay. Suppose we are not given n value. We are not given n value. Then small droplets each of radius small r merge together to form the big drop of radius capital R. Then what is the speed of the big droplet? Big drop. You may ask like that. N is not given. In such case, we have to write 60 by rho into small r of 1 minus here 1 by n to the power of n means r cube by small r cube. Our 1 by 3 means we can write r by small r. That means small r by capital R. Okay, now this is equal to, therefore speed is equal to speed of big drop. Speed of big drop. Big drop v is equal to square root of 60 by rho into, just you multiply with r. You multiply with 1 by r. 1 by small r minus 1 by capital R you will get. So this is the speed of the big drop. It is the speed of the big drop. So it is the case whenever number of drops merged together is not given. Radius of the small drop and radius of the big drop both are given. In such case, we can have the formula like this. If n is given and small r is given, you will get the formula like this. Okay. Suppose if the energy released, if whenever the n droplets merge together to form the big drop, the energy released is this one. If energy released is generated in the form of heat energy, and if it is absorbed by the big drop, definitely whenever the heat energy is absorbed by the any body, the temperature rises, no? So what about the rise in temperature here? What is the rise in temperature of the big drop? They may ask the questions like this also. Of course, that question may not be asked in this week, but after completion of the heat energy, definitely they are having right to ask that question also. Okay, so I will discuss what is the rise in temperature of the big drop. When n identical droplets merge together to form the big drop, then some energy is released or energy is lost. That loss of energy, in this case, if it is converted into kinetic energy, what is the speed means? I got like this. If that loss of energy is converted into heat energy and which is absorbed totally by the big liquid drop, what is the rise in temperature? Of course, these all are the ideal conditions. What about the rise in temperature? Okay, in such case, okay, I think we could understand this one. Same case, okay, but rise in temperature they asked. So when n identical big drops, small droplets converted into a big drop are merged together or coalesce each other to a big drop. Okay, then energy lost or energy released is equal to this one. If this energy released is converted into heat energy, totally converted into heat energy, and is absorbed by big drop, then rise in temperature of big drop, delta T, delta small t or delta theta, whatever it may be, delta theta is equal to question mark. Do you know the formula for specific heat? Yeah, ms delta T. Yes, ms delta T. Do you know the formula for specific heat, all of you? In chemistry may come, or in previous years, your previous standards, they may come. Suppose a body of mass m, a body of mass delta m, a body of mass, okay, here the amount of heat energy required to raise the amount of heat energy required to raise the m mass of the substance by delta T temperature, delta theta temperature is a delta Q. అంటే m మాస్ కల ఒక సబ్స్టెన్స్ యొక్క టెంపరేచర్ ని రైజ్ చేయడానికి డెల్టా టీ అమౌంట్ డెల్టా థీటా అమౌంట్ రైజ్ చేయడానికి రిక్వైర్ అయ్యే హీట్ ఎనర్జీ డెల్టా Q. So delta Q is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of the given body of mass m by delta theta is delta Q. Then what is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of the given body by 1 degree temperature, 1 degree centigrade or 1 degree Kelvin means delta Q by delta theta. So actually delta Q is the heat energy required to raise the temperature of the given body by delta theta. Then what is the heat energy required to raise the temperature of the given body by 1 degree Kelvin or 1 degree centigrade temperature means delta Q by delta theta. అంటే m మాస్ కల సబ్స్టెన్స్ యొక్క టెంపరేచర్ 1 డిగ్రీ పెంచడానికి ఎంత హీట్ ఎనర్జీ కావాలి? వాట్ ఇస్ ద హీట్ ఎనర్జీ రిక్వైర్డ్ టు రైజ్ ద టెంపరేచర్ ఆఫ్ యూనిట్ మాస్ ఆఫ్ ది సబ్స్టెన్స్ బై 1 డిగ్రీ. యూనిట్ మాస్ m మాస్ కల సబ్స్టెన్స్ యొక్క టెంపరేచర్ 1 డిగ్రీ పెంచడానికి హీట్ ఎనర్జీ ఎంత అయితే వాట్ ఇస్ ద హీట్ ఎనర్జీ రిక్వైర్డ్ టు రైజ్ ద టెంపరేచర్ ఆఫ్ 1 యూనిట్ మాస్ ఆఫ్ ది సబ్స్టెన్స్ బై 1 డిగ్రీ? అంటే దీని మాస్ తో డివైడ్ చేయండి. అంటే దిస్ బై m అంటే we can write 1 by m into delta Q by delta T. That is the definition of the specific heat. Specific heat. That is the definition of the specific heat. So specific heat means amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of the unit mass of the substance by 1 degree centigrade or 1 degree Kelvin. That is called the specific heat of the given substance. So what is the SI unit of the specific heat? Tell me. SI unit of specific heat is what? It is Joule case Kelvin. Joule per case per Kelvin is the SI unit of the specific heat. Okay. Therefore, that implies from this amount of heat energy absorbed by the given substance of mass m to raise the temperature by delta theta amount is equal to, that means delta Q is equal to ms delta theta. ms delta theta. So this is the equation 1. It is the equation 2. So it is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of m mass of the substance by delta theta temperature is equal to ms delta theta. So here when identical droplets merge together to form the big drop, energy lost or energy released is this one. If it is converted into heat energy and is absorbed by the liquid drop, big liquid drop only, then what is the rise in temperature of the big liquid drop? That means these two must be equal. Therefore, delta E must be equal to delta Q. So delta E means, of course, first you write delta Q. Delta Q means ms delta theta is equal to delta E means okay. Mass of the big drop means it is mass of the n identical small droplets. Mass of each small droplet is 4/3 pi r cube into density rho. Okay, it is the volume mass of the small droplet. N droplets are there into n. It is the mass of the n droplets, which is equal to mass of the big drop into specific heat S into rise of temperature delta theta is equal to 4 pi small r square T of n minus n to the power of 2 by 3. Here 4 pi cancel. R square cube cancel. Therefore, delta theta is equal to here 3 into T, 3T by n rho, nr rho, nr rho s, n smaller rho into s. Okay, into n minus n to the power of 2 by 3. That is equal to 3T by smaller rho into s of, you divide with n. N minus n to the power of 2 by 3 by n. Here n is there, no? 1 minus n to the power of 2 by 3 minus by n means minus 1. So minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3 means 1 by n to the power of 1 by 3 we can write, no? 1 by n to the power of 1 by 3 we can write. 1 by n to the power of 1 by 3. That can be written as 3T by r rho s of 1 minus small r by capital R we can write. Since capital R cube is equal to n into small r cube, already I said. Okay. Therefore, rise of temperature delta theta is equal to here 3T by rho into s of multiply 1 by r. Then 1 by r minus 1 by capital because small r cancel capital. So this is the rise in temperature of the liquid drop. Rise in temperature of big drop. So this is the answer. In this way you have to do. Okay. Shall I write this one? Shall I write? Surface tension. How the free surface of the liquid behaves like a structured elastic membrane. That can be explained by molecular theory of surface tension also. That can be explained already. I explained at the beginning of this chapter how the surface of the free liquid surface behaves like a structured elastic membrane. So by molecular theory of surface tension also we can explain. Okay. So molecular theory of surface tension I will discuss first. Okay, in this way you have to do. The next. Okay, I will erase. Okay. So these are the different node points. Actually, at the beginning of the chapter only I have to say, but I forgot to explain that molecular theory of surface tension. Okay, don't ask the questions based on that, but in order to have the awareness about surface tension, that theory was introduced. So, molecular theory of surface tension. Molecular theory of surface tension. Suppose in a beaker, we have taken the liquid up to certain level. We have taken the liquid up to certain level. Like this. It is the surface of liquid in a beaker. It is the surface of the liquid in a beaker. Okay, it is the beaker. Okay. It is the beaker and it is the surface of liquid in a beaker. Okay, now here you choose the different points on the surface of the liquid here at A, just below the surface of the liquid at B, well inside the liquid here at C, and well inside the liquid here also at D. You imagine the different liquid molecules. Already know the molecular range of attraction. Molecular range of attraction means the maximum distance between the molecules at which they can attract each other. That is called the molecular range of attraction. It is in the order of micron, 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. Okay, it is in the order of 10 to the power of minus 9 meter means nanometer. Nanometer. Okay. By taking molecular range of attraction as the radius, you imagine a sphere of influence with the molecule at the center. This is one sphere of influence. Already sphere of influence I said. Okay, sphere of influence. Sphere of influence. So, by taking the molecule of the liquid at the center and the molecular range of attraction as the radius, when you imagine a sphere around the liquid molecule, then such a sphere is called sphere of influence. Okay, because every molecule inside this sphere is influenced or attracted by the molecule at the center. That's why this is called the sphere of influence. So here also you consider the sphere of influence. Here also same. It is one more sphere of influence. It is another sphere of influence. All sphere of influences must be same size. In this way, we consider the different sphere of influences. Different sphere of influences. You see, in this sphere of influences, the molecule at the center is at the center, that is represented with D. In the liquid taken in a beaker, we have considered the 4 molecules. One is on the surface, another one is just below the surface. Okay, C and D are well inside the liquid. Okay, so by taking the molecules at A, B, C, D are at the centers, and we constructed the sphere of influences like this. We got the different spheres of influences like this. Now, in this sphere of influence D, what is the net force acts on this molecule? Tell me, anybody else? What is the net coercive force acts on this molecule? What is the net coercive force acts on this molecule? Net coercive force acts on the molecule due to all the molecules inside the sphere of influence. Because if the molecules lies outside the sphere of influences, those molecules cannot attract this one. Because this is the radius of the sphere of influence is equal to molecular range of attraction. By molecular range of attraction as the radius, we constructed the sphere of influence with molecule at the center. That's why this molecule is influenced by all the molecules present, all the equal molecules present in the sphere of influence only. If any molecule lies outside the sphere of influence, there is no attraction force acts on this molecule if the molecule lies on outside the sphere of influence. So that's why Here, below half of the small sphere of influence, below half of the sphere of influences, the molecules, number of molecules present below this half of the sphere of influence is same as the above this half of the sphere of influence. The upper half lo sphere of influence lo upper half lo number of molecules, lower half lo same untai, lower half lo kuda same number of molecules untai kabatti net coercive force of attraction acts on the molecule due to below the sphere of influence and above the sphere of influence, both are equal in magnitude, opposite direction, they cancel each other. So net coercive force acts on the molecule well inside the liquid is 0. So force of attraction, net coercive force of attraction acts on the molecule at D is equal to 0. At C, I mean, at C, it is at D. At C, what is the net force acts on the molecule at C? Here at C also, the number of molecules in the sphere of influence above the half of the here in the upper half of the sphere of influence, the number of molecules and lower half number of molecules both are same. The upper molecules in the above half of the sphere of influence, the number of molecules above attracts the molecule at C in upward direction, lower molecules attracts in downward direction. As number of molecules above and below the sphere of influence are same, net force becomes 0. That's why Fc is also equal to 0. That's why no coercive force acts. No coercive force acts. Here, this molecular C is at a distance equal to molecular range of attraction from the surface of the liquid. No? From the surface of the liquid, this molecular C is at a distance equal to the molecular range of attraction. So by taking molecular range of attraction as the thickness, if you imagine the liquid layer from the surface of the liquid, then that layer is called, this is called surface film. Surface film. If any molecule lies well inside the surface film, then only they experience the net force. This molecule lies on lower surface of the surface film. That's why net coercive force acts on this molecule is 0. But this molecule B is well inside the surface film. Okay, in this case, you see, in the lower half of the sphere of influence, the number of molecules will be greater than the number of molecules in the above upper half of the sphere of influence, because the liquid surface is up to this only. So only this number of molecules in this volume attracts the molecule upwards and the lower molecules downwards. As the number of molecules in the lower half of the sphere of influence is greater than number of molecules in the upper half, then there is a net force acts on this molecule in downwards direction. Fb. Okay, at C, at B, Fb is not equal to 0 but downwards. Suppose when you consider the molecule here on the surface of liquid, here the number of molecules in the lower half of the sphere of influence is very more, and in the above half of the sphere of influence no molecules is there. That's why the net coercive force acts on this molecule at A on the surface. That will be more. That will be more. This is very, very important point. The molecule lies on the surface of the liquid in a beaker experiences more coercive force down into the liquid. More coercive force into the liquid than the molecules lies just below the surface of liquid. That's why the molecules on the surface of liquid experiences more coercive forces into the liquid. Due to that, every molecule on the surface of liquid try to come into the liquid. Due to that, the surface of the liquid becomes very smooth. Whenever the molecules comes closer, and while they are coming into the liquid, the molecules comes closer so that the surface area of the liquid becomes as possible as minimum for the given volume of the liquid. Okay, that's why the surface of the liquid becomes a stretched elastic membrane. Every molecule on the surface of liquid try to come into the liquid. Due to that, all molecules are comes closer so that the surface of the liquid behaves like a stretched elastic membrane. Stretched elastic membrane. Stretched elastic membrane. Suppose if the molecules of the liquid are bringing to the surface of the liquid, లోపల ఉన్న మాలిక్యూల్స్ ని లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ మీద తీసుకొచ్చినప్పుడు నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ ఆన్ ది సర్ఫేస్ పెరుగుతుంది. పెరిగిందంటే సర్ఫేస్ ఏరియా పెరుగుతుంది. బికాస్ దేర్ ఇస్ నో చేంజ్ ఇన్ ద డిస్టెన్స్ అమాంగ్ ది మాలిక్యూల్స్, ఇంట్రాటామిక్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఆర్ ఇంటర్మాలిక్యులర్ డిస్టెన్స్. ఓకే, బట్ when you bring the molecule from lower side to the surface of liquid, lower molecules ని surface దగ్గరికి తీసుకురావాలంటే సర్ఫేస్ వైపు తీసుకొచ్చేటప్పుడు కోర్సివ్ ఫోర్స్ యాక్ట్స్ ఆన్ ది మాలిక్యూల్స్ డౌన్వర్డ్స్ నో. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న మాలిక్యూల్ ఇక్కడ తీసుకెళ్లాలంటే నెట్ కోర్సివ్ ఫోర్స్ డౌన్వర్డ్స్ ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి అగైన్స్ట్ దట్ కోర్సివ్ ఫోర్స్ the molecules are to be brought to the surface. కాబట్టి కోర్సివ్ ఫోర్స్ కి అగైన్స్ట్ గా మాలిక్యూల్స్ ని సర్ఫేస్ దగ్గరికి తీసుకెళ్లాలంటే in order to bring the molecules against the coercive force to the surface of the liquid or free surface of liquid, some work to be done. Such work to be done is stored in the molecules on the surface of the liquid as the energy, potential energy, which is called the surface energy. Which is called the surface energy. Already we know the work done to increase the surface energy is equal to surface tension into increase in area. Am I right? Delta A is the increase in area of the increase in surface area. Increase in surface area of liquid. Okay. Work done to increase the unit surface area of the liquid. Work done to increase the unit surface area of the liquid means this one. Work done to increase unit surface area. The amount of work done to increase the surface area of the liquid by delta A is equal to W is equal to T into delta A. Work done to increase the unit surface area of the liquid means W by delta A. That is numerically equal to surface tension. No? W by TA is equal to surface tension. No? But the work done to increase the unit surface area of the liquid is called the surface energy. Surface energy. Surface energy is equal to work done by increase in area. So that is numerically equal to surface tension. That's why surface energy is numerically equal to surface tension. That point is also very, very important. Surface energy is numerically equal to surface tension. Okay. So the molecules present on the surface of the liquid are having more surface energy. అంతేనా? ఈ lower molecules liquid యొక్క surface మీద తీసుకోవాలంటే more work is to be done. But work done in bringing the molecules to the surface of liquid is stored in the molecules on the surface of liquid as the potential energy called surface energy. That's why the molecules present on the surface of liquid are having more surface energy than the molecules lies inside the liquid. Okay, that is important point. So because of this reason only, the surface of the liquid behaves like a structured elastic membrane. So in this way, by molecular theory of surface tension, they explain the surface tension concept, due to which the free surface of the liquid try to occupy the minimum surface area, and it behaves like a structured elastic membrane. Structured elastic membrane. Okay. Now, so this is molecular theory of surface tension. Next. Angle of contact. Angle of contact. Suppose you take suppose in a beaker liquid is taken and a glass rod is kept vertically submerged in the liquid. ఒక గ్లాస్ ప్లేట్ కానీ గ్లాస్ రాడ్ కానీ లిక్విడ్ లో సబ్మెర్జ్ చేసాం. When here suppose the initially the liquid surface is up to this. Liquid surface ఇక్కడ దాకా ఉంది. కాకపోతే beaker డ్రా చేద్దాం. Here there is a beaker. Okay, we have taken the liquid up to certain level. We have taken the liquid up to certain level, and here one glass rod is glass plate or glass rod is submerged in a liquid so that it is kept vertically. The glass rod is vertical ga arrange chesam. Let the glass plate vertical ga arrange chesam. At the place where the glass plate or glass rod is in contact with the surface of the liquid. Good, of course, ఇది కూడా glass beaker అనుకోండి. At the surface where when you observe the point of contact where the liquid surface is in contact with the glass beaker or this glass rod, అంటే లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ ఈ బీకర్ ని ఏ పాయింట్ దగ్గర అయితే కాంటాక్ట్ అయిందో ఆ పాయింట్ దగ్గర, అంటే సర్ఫేస్ బీకర్ యొక్క వెర్టికల్ వాల్ తోటి ఏ పాయింట్ దగ్గర అయితే కాంటాక్ట్ ఉందో at that point or where the liquid surface is in contact with the glass plate, when you observe keen గా అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే ఆ సర్ఫేస్ మనకి ఈ టైప్ లో ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది, కర్వేచర్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ కూడా కర్వేచర్ గా ఉంటుంది, అంతేగాని ఫ్లాట్ గా ఉండదు. అట్లాగే ఇక్కడ కూడా కర్వేచర్ లాగా ఉంటుంది, అంతేగాని ఫ్లాట్ గా ఉండదు. ఆఫ్ కోర్స్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్? ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్. Here this concave surface here, of course, here you see whenever the glass plate is kept submerged so that a part of it is above the liquid surface, then when you keenly observe the surface of liquid when it is in contact with the solid surface, at that point where the liquid surface is in contact with the solid, at that point when you observe keenly the surface of liquid, it is not flat, it is not the plane, it is having curvature. Why it is having curvature, I will explain. So it is having curvature. Then exactly at the point of contact of the liquid surface with the solid, you draw a tangent at this point of contact to this liquid surface. That a tangent is along this direction, because here it is the concave surface. In this case, the concave surface is open to atmosphere. Concave surface is outwards. But in this case, at this point of contact of the liquid surface with the solid, when you draw the tangent at the point of contact to the liquid surface, the tangent is like this. ఇక్కడ మీకు ఇట్లా ఉందండి, ఇది సాలిడ్ సర్ఫేస్ అనుకోండి, లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ ఈ టైప్ లో ఉంది, ఇట్లా ఉంది. జస్ట్ ఐ డ్రాన్ ద మ్యాగ్నిఫైడ్ ఇమేజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ పార్ట్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది సాలిడ్, పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది లిక్విడ్ సర్ఫేస్ విత్ ద సాలిడ్. At this point of contact to the liquid surface, I drawn the tangent like this. This tangent is that one. Okay, angle made by this tangent drawn at the point of contact to the liquid surface with the surface of the solid inside the liquid. Idemo outside liquid, is inside the liquid. Inside the liquid ఉన్న ఈ సాలిడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ ఇది, పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ దగ్గర లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ కి డ్రా చేసిన టాంజెంట్ ఇది. The angle made by the tangent drawn at this point of contact to the liquid surface with the surface of the solid inside the liquid means this one. That angle is called the angle of contact. The angle made by the tangent drawn at the point of contact of the liquid surface with the solid, which is drawn to the surface of the liquid at the point of contact with the surface of the solid inside the submerged inside the liquid, that is called the angle of contact. The angle made by the tangent drawn at the point of contact of the liquid with the solid to the surface of the liquid with the surface of the solid inside the liquid, that is called the angle of contact. So theta is the angle of contact. Have you followed this one? Are you understood this? Are you understood this? The angle made by the tangent drawn at the point of contact of the liquid surface with the solid with the surface of the solid inside the liquid, that is called the angle of contact. Okay, based on the nature of liquid and the nature of the solid, the angle of contact depends, and the temperature also, and impurities also. So angle of contact depends on, theta depends on nature of solid material, nature of liquid solid, temperature, impurities present in the liquid, impurities. These are the factors on which the angle of contact depends. When temperature increases, how surface tension, angle of contact changes. I will You can explain after my explanation is over. You can say, you would be in a position to say that answer. Okay. So this is the, in this case, the angle of contact is less than 90. No, that means angle of contact here is less than 90. Theta less than 90. That means acute angle. So in case of some liquids and solid, the angle of contact is acute. As example, for pure water and glass, or water and glass. అంటే ఇది గ్లాస్ ప్లేట్ లేదా గ్లాస్ రాడ్, ఇదేమో వాటర్, ప్యూర్ వాటర్ కాదు, ఇంప్యూర్ వాటర్ అనుకోండి. ఓకే, ఇన్ సచ్ కేస్ యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఇస్ లెస్ దాన్ 90. ఓకే, అదే ప్యూర్ వాటర్ అనుకోండి, ఇది స్పెరికల్ సర్ఫేస్ లాగా ఉంటుంది, అంటే కర్వేచర్ లాగా ఉంటుంది, స్పెరికల్ సర్ఫేస్ లాగా ఉంటుంది. అప్పుడు యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఏమవుతుందంటే ఇక్కడ టాంజెంట్ డ్రా చేస్తే ఇది కరెక్ట్ గా ఈ సర్ఫేస్ ఆఫ్ ది సాలిడ్స్ తో టాంజెన్షియల్ గా వచ్చేస్తుంది. అప్పుడు యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ అంటే 0. For pure water and glass, for pure water glass interface, angle of contact theta is equal to, for pure water and glass means 0 degree. అదే జనరల్ గా మనం డ్రింకింగ్ వాటర్, ఆ డ్రింకింగ్ వాటర్ కి గ్లాస్ కి కనుక తీసుకుంటే యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ అప్రాక్సిమేట్ గా 80 డిగ్రీ ఉంటుంది, 80 డిగ్రీ. ఫర్ ఆల్కహాల్ అండ్ గ్లాస్, ఆల్కహాల్ అండ్ గ్లాస్, ఒకవేళ ఆల్కహాల్ ని గ్లాస్ లో తీసుకుంటే, ఆల్కహాల్ అండ్ గ్లాస్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్, ఇది గ్లాస్ అనుకోండి, ఇది ఆల్కహాల్ అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఇంటర్ఫేస్ కనుక అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే ఆల్కహాల్ అండ్ గ్లాస్ ఇంటర్ఫేస్, యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 0 డిగ్రీ. యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఈజ్ 0 డిగ్రీ. ఓకే, at a given temperature. ఇది ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ అండి. నెక్స్ట్, ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఎక్యూట్ యాంగిల్స్ ఏగా, లెస్ దాన్ 90 డిగ్రీ, లెస్ దాన్ 90 డిగ్రీ. ఓకే, సరే, ఆల్కహాల్ అండ్ గ్లాస్ నాట్ 0, 90 డిగ్రీ. ఆల్కహాల్ అండ్ గ్లాస్ is 90 డిగ్రీ, not 0, 90. That 0 is for pure water and glass. So in case of alcohol and glass, angle of contact is exactly 90 degree. Okay, whenever the angle of contact is 90 degree, then at the point of contact of the liquid surface with the glass, what is the nature of the surface? The surface of the liquid in contact with the glass, that is called the meniscus. లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ గ్లాస్ ప్లేట్ ని ఏ పాయింట్ దగ్గర అయితే కాంటాక్ట్ లో ఉందో ఆ పాయింట్ దగ్గర లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ ని మనం మినిస్కస్ అంటాం. ఆ మినిస్కస్ యొక్క షేప్ ఇక్కడ ఎట్లా ఉంది? కాంకేవ్. షేప్ ఆఫ్ ది మినిస్కస్ ఇస్ కాంకేవ్. షేప్ ఆఫ్ మినిస్కస్ ఇన్ దిస్ కేస్ ఇస్ కాంకేవ్. ఈ కేసులో ఇక్కడే రాసేద్దాం. whenever the angle of contact is less than 90, suppose if water and glass అంటే impure water and glass కనుక తీసుకుంటే shape of meniscus is, shape for angle of contact less than 90, shape of the meniscus is concave. సర్ఫేస్ ఇట్లా ఉందంటే concave is outwards, కాబట్టి concave shape అని రాస్తాం. shape of the meniscus is concave. shape of meniscus is concave. If angle of contact for water and glass, as the angle of contact is less than 90 degree, 80 degree means less than 90. Shape of meniscus of the water and glass, that is concave only. For 0 degree, tell me, for pure water and glass, pure water glass కనుక తీసుకుంటే, ఇది గ్లాస్ ప్లేట్ అనుకుందాం, ప్యూర్ వాటర్ కింద అనుకుందాం, అది కనుక తీసుకుంటే మనకి ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ఇట్లా వస్తుంది. ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర టాంజెంట్ కనుక డ్రా చేస్తే ఆ టాంజెంట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ it coincides with the surface of the solid inside the liquid. Inside the liquid ఉన్న solid యొక్క surface తో tangential గా వస్తుంది. It is the case whenever angle of contact is 0. This surface is just like the spherical surface. కాబట్టి shape of the meniscus is here, spherical. Suppose if the angle of contact is 90 degree, then what is the shape of the meniscus? Shape of meniscus is ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది? Angle of contact 90 ఉండాలి. 90, more than 90 is also possible. I will explain. If angle of contact is exactly 90, what is the shape of the meniscus? 90 ఉండాలి అంటే డెఫినెట్ గా ఇది సాలిడ్ సర్ఫేస్ అండి, ఇది లిక్విడ్. ఓకే, ఈ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ దగ్గర మనం టాంజెంట్ లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ కి టాంజెంట్ డ్రా చేసినప్పుడు 90 డిగ్రీ యాంగిల్ ఉండాలంటే సర్ఫేస్ ప్లేన్ గా ఉండాలి, ఇంకా హారిజాంటల్ గా ఉండాలి. అప్పుడు ఈ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ దగ్గర టు ద లిక్విడ్ సర్ఫేస్ వెన్ యూ డ్రా ద టాంజెంట్ దట్ ఈస్ at an angle 90 degree with the surface of the solid well inside the liquid. Okay, so in such case the surface of the meniscus or the surface of the liquid is the plane. Shape of the meniscus is plane. Shape of the meniscus is plane. Okay, next, suppose if you take the mercury, these are some examples. Example, say it is example 1. Next example 2. Example 2. Suppose in a beaker, in a glass beaker, I have taken the mercury. In a glass beaker, I have taken the mercury. If the mercury is taken in the glass vessel, glass beaker, at the surface of the walls of the beaker, if you observe the surface of the mercury, then the surface is like this. The surface is like this. అంటే సర్ఫేస్ ఎట్లా ఉందంటే ఇట్ ఇస్ బల్జెడ్ ఇంటూ ద అట్మాస్ఫియర్. అంటే కాన్వెక్స్ షేప్ టువర్డ్స్ అట్మాస్ఫియర్ ఉంటుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్? I will explain. Why it is having convex surface like this, I will explain. Shape of the meniscus in this case is no doubt convex. Shape of the meniscus is convex. Okay, it is convex. So in this beaker, mercury is taken. It is the mercury, Hg. One glass plate is or glass rod is submerged in the mercury like this. Of course, glass plate or glass rod. How at the contact of the liquid with the beaker surface, then how it is in convex shape. Here also it is in convex shape only. Okay, that's why if you draw the diagram at the contact place, you will get like this. As it is a glass plate, no mercury is there here. Okay, at the point of contact, at the point of contact of the mercury surface with the glass plate, how it will be, I will draw here. Just like here only. You will get like this. You will get like this. So at the point of contact of the mercury with the surface of the glass plate, if you draw the tangent at this point of contact to the surface of the mercury or surface of this liquid, then you will get the tangent like this. You will get the tangent like this. Angle between, this is the tangent. Tangent drawn at the point of contact of the liquid with the solid. The angle between tangent drawn at the point of contact of the liquid with the solid to the surface of the liquid with the surface of the solid inside the liquid. Outside the liquid ఉన్న surface, ఇది inside the liquid ఉన్న solid surface అంటే ఇది దీంతో చేసే యాంగిల్ that is greater than 90, no? Okay, then this shape of the meniscus is convex. Shape of the meniscus is convex. Okay, so in case of mercury and glass, the angle of contact is approximately 140 degree and shape of the meniscus is convex. Shape is convex. Shape of meniscus is convex. That is also important. So angle of contact greater than 90 means that is the obtuse angle, no? Obtuse. Whenever the angle of contact is greater than 90, then that is obtuse angle. Then the shape of the meniscus is convex. If the angle of contact is less than 90, shape of the meniscus is concave. Okay, if angle of contact is equal to 90, the shape of the meniscus is plane. Okay, this is the angle of contact. Now, whenever temperature increase, whatever the angle of contact, when temperature increase, how does the angle of contact changes? How does the surface tension changes? How does the surface tension changes? So now, how the shape of the meniscus changes with temperature, I will discuss now. So now, shape of the meniscus, we have shape of the liquid meniscus, we have to discuss now. This is about angle of contact. Next, shape of the liquid meniscus. Yesterday, have you completed the mains paper? All of you? Yesterday, have you completed the mains paper? Error list in mains paper. Have you completed? Yesterday, have you completed the mains paper? No one is responding. Are you not doing properly? I asked you to do the mains paper now. Error list in mains paper now. I explained the advanced paper on the board. I asked you to do the mains paper because it was somewhat easy. Okay. So now shape of the liquid meniscus. Meniscus means the surface of liquid in contact with the solid is called meniscus. Okay. So shape of the liquid meniscus. I want to discuss. Shape of the liquid meniscus. Shape of the liquid meniscus. 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 Shape of the liquid meniscus. Just I am drawing the surface of the, suppose here you see, this is the beaker, liquid is taken up to this one. I will draw only this part of the diagram. Okay. Suppose this is the surface of the solid or surface of the beaker. Liquid is taken up to certain level. Liquid is taken up to certain level here. This is the liquid taken. So what is the shape of the meniscus I want to discuss? Exactly at this point where the liquid surface is in contact with the solid, at that point, what are the four? At that point, you consider the molecule. At that point, you consider the molecule. The molecule of the liquid on the surface of the liquid. Here, exactly at the point of contact of the liquid surface with the solid, you consider the molecule on the surface of the liquid. On this molecule, on this molecule which considered on the surface of liquid, what are the forces acts? Tell me. What are the forces acts on the molecule on the surface of liquid in contact with the solid? What are the forces? Anybody? You respond in the chat box. Where the liquid surface is in contact with the solid, at that point of contact, I imagine I have considered one molecule. On that molecule, what are the forces acts? Okay, very good. Quasi force acts. Weight of the molecule. Suppose if the mass of the molecule is m, weight of the molecule mg acts vertically downwards direction. Next, adhesive forces. Okay, now you tell me what is the direction of the adhesive force? What is the direction of the adhesive force? What is the direction of the adhesive force? Towards left or right? Towards left or right, I am asking at this point. Only on this molecule, I am asking. On this molecule. Towards left. Very good. So quasi force acts on the molecule towards left. Fc. So Fc is the quasi force. Sorry. Adhesive force, no? Fa. Fa is the adhesive force acts on the molecule towards, because this molecule is attracted by the solid surface. Surface of the solid ఉన్న molecules ఈ molecule ఇటువైపు అట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తాయి కదా, అంటే adhesive force ఇటువైపు ఉంటాయి కదా. So adhesive forces acts on the molecule towards left. So Fa is the adhesive force on the molecule. Adhesive force on molecule towards left. What is the direction of the quasi force? What is the direction of the quasi force? Adhesive is towards left. Okay, very good. Shravan. Sriram. What is the direction of the quasi force? What's right? Sure. Shrutik, Rajesh, is it correct? Right? Swarntesh, are you sure? Okay, you see, I will explain. Suppose this is the liquid drop or sphere of influence. Exactly. So at the center of the liquid drop, one molecule I considered. One molecule I considered here at the center of the sphere of influence. Here, just here by taking this molecule as the center and the sphere of influence as the molecular range of attraction as the radius, you imagine the sphere like this. As the liquid is up to this only liquid is in this part only here. If you consider the sphere of influence here, you get the sphere of influence like this. As the liquid is present only in one quadrant of the sphere of influence, only this part is only there, okay, in the sphere of influence. So now here molecules are not there, only molecules are present in the sphere of one quadrant of the sphere of influence only here. Then what is the net force acts on this molecule due to the molecules present in the sphere of influence? ఈ sphere of influence లో molecules ఇక్కడే ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి at this point, at this molecule at the center, the coercive force due to remaining molecules is along the angular bisector only. Am I right? Yeah, 45 degrees. Very good. So here at this point on this molecule, the coercive force acts exactly along the angular bisector due to molecules present around them. So that is the direction of the coercive force. So it makes an angle 45 degree. It makes an angle 45 degree with the surface of the liquid or with this solid surface. So Fc is the coercive force of attraction. Coercive force on molecule. Of course, weight of the molecule mg acts vertically down this direction, but that can be ignored compared with Fa and Fc. Weight of molecule is equal to mg can be ignored or can be neglected, can be ignored compared with Fa and Fc. అంటే వీటితో కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే weight of the molecule can be neglected. Okay, so m is the mass of the molecule. So that can be ignored. That's why I did not draw this weight. Okay, now here resolve this coercive force into components. One is along the tangential direction to the surface of liquid, one is along vertical direction. Here in this direction, coercive force is equal to Fc cos 45. That is equal to Fc by root 2. And this here, this component is equal to Fc sin 45 or Fc by root 2. Okay. Whenever, okay, from this, okay, you see. So if Fc greater than Fc by root 2. Sorry, Fa, no, it is Fa greater than Fc by root 2. If Fc greater than Fc by root 2, net force is in this direction. It's only already this is divided into components. This one and this one. Just you forget this one. If Fa greater than Fc by root 2, then net force is in this direction. And Fc by root 2 acts in this direction. The resultant of these two is in this direction. No? So in this case, if Fa greater than Fc by root 2, then Fa minus Fc by root 2 is in this direction and Fc by root 2 in this direction. The resultant of these two is in between these two along somewhere direction, along in one direction. Okay, this is the net force. Angle made by net force with horizontal or with the surface of the liquid, that is equal to say alpha. So here the molecule experiences the net force. The molecule experiences the net force in this direction. The net force acts on the molecule on the surface of the liquid is always perpendicular to the surface of the liquid. Surface మీద ఏ మాలిక్యూల్ మీద పనిచేసే నెట్ ఫోర్స్ అయినా సరే ఆ నెట్ ఫోర్స్ లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ కి పర్పెండిక్యులర్ గా ఉంటుంది. అండ్ నెట్ ఫోర్స్ ఇక్కడ ఇట్లా ఉన్నప్పుడు లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ ఇట్లా ఉండాలిగా. దిస్ ఇస్ ద సర్ఫేస్ ఆఫ్ ది లిక్విడ్. అంటే ఆ పాయింట్ దగ్గర మనం కన్సిడర్ చేసిన మాలిక్యూల్ దగ్గర సర్ఫేస్ ఆఫ్ ది లిక్విడ్ ఇట్లా ఉంటే అప్పుడు నెట్ ఫోర్స్ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి సర్ఫేస్ ఇస్ లైక్ దిస్ కర్వేచర్. అంతేగాని హారిజాంటల్ గా ఉండదు. అంటే ఈ టైప్ లో లిక్విడ్ వస్తుంది. లిక్విడ్ యొక్క డిఫరెంట్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ కనుక మనం కన్సిడర్ చేస్తే డిఫరెంట్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ మనకి ఇట్లా ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, therefore in this case because of this reason the surface of the liquid is like this. Surface of liquid is like this. So angle of contact here is like this. This is the angle of contact. This is the angle of contact. Okay, so when we see adhesive force is greater than the coercive force on the surface of the liquid, in that case the angle of contact is acute. So therefore on surface if adhesive force greater than coercive force, then surface of liquid is concave and angle of contact is less than 90. Okay, this is the first case. So when adhesive forces are greater than coercive forces, in such case adhesive forces greater than coercive forces on surface of a liquid, then the surface of the liquid is concave and angle of contact is less than 90. If adhesive force is equal to Fc by root 2, ఒకవేళ FA FC by root 2 రెండు ఈక్వల్ అయితే, this is the case whenever FA greater than FC by root 2, then the surface of the meniscus is concave. If FA is equal to FC by root 2, then tell me FC is equal to FA is equal to FC by root 2 అంటే ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లో నెట్ ఫోర్స్ 0. అప్పుడు only the net force acts on the molecule is vertically downwards direction. That is the net force. The surface of the liquid is always perpendicular to the net force. That means surface of the liquid must be horizontal and plane. That's why in this case the surface of the liquid is plane. Like this. So surface of the meniscus is plane. Surface of meniscus is plane. And angle of contact. In this case, what is the angle of contact? Tell me. In this case, what is the angle of contact? 0. At this point of contact, you draw the tangent at this point of contact to the liquid surface. Then angle made by this tangent with the surface of the solid inside the liquid. That is theta. 90 now. 90. So, in which case it is possible? In which case it is possible? In which case it is possible? For example, already I said the example. Alcohol and glass now. Alcohol and glass. For alcohol and glass, in such case it is possible. Okay. One more clear example. Alcohol and glass. In this case, angle of contact is 90. One more thing, one more is the water, pure water and silver. Silver plate. Pure water and silver. Pure water means only that liquid must be having H2O molecules. Okay, next pure water and silver. And these two angle of contact is 90 degree. That's why surface of the meniscus is plane or horizontal. We can write it. Okay. Suppose if temperature increase, what happens? If temperature increases, what happens? If temperature increases, what happens here? You tell me. If temperature increases, liquid expands. When liquid expands, distance among the molecules increases. Whenever the distance among the molecules increases, coercive force decreases. When coercive force decreases, you see, this actually, whenever Fa greater than Fc cos 45, know that net force is in this direction. The resultant force of adhesive and coercive forces along the surface of the liquid is in this direction. Fc by root 2 in this direction. Okay, whenever temperature increases, coercive force decreases. Coercive force decreases. Whenever this decreases so that in this direction net force increases. This increases and this decreases. That's why this resultant force is in this direction. No? Whenever resultant force is in this direction, then the inclined, the viscous shape is like this. Viscous shape is like this. అంటే ఈ ఫోర్స్ ఈ డైరెక్షన్ లోకి వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఇక్కడ లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ ఈ రిజల్టెంట్ ఫోర్స్ నార్మల్ గా ఉండాలి కాబట్టి ఆ లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ ఇంకొంచెం టర్న్ అవుతుంది ఇట్లా. టర్న్ అవుతుంటే యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయినట్లా డిక్రీజ్ అయినట్లా. వాట్ అబౌట్ యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ నౌ? యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది? ఇందాక రిజల్టెంట్ ఫోర్స్ ఇది కాబట్టి సర్ఫేస్ ఆఫ్ ది మెనిస్కస్ ఇట్లా ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు రిజల్టెంట్ ఫోర్స్ ఇటువైపు ఒకసారి ఇక్కడ డ్రా చేస్తా క్లియర్ గా. ఇందాక రిజల్టెంట్ ఫోర్స్ ఇటువైపు ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇది లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఇట్లా ఈ టైప్ లో వస్తుంది, ఇట్లా ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర. ఇప్పుడు టెంపరేచర్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అయింది, కోర్సివ్ ఫోర్స్ డిక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి నెట్ అడిసివ్ ఫోర్స్ విల్ బి స్ట్రాంగర్. అప్పుడు ఈ రెండింటి యొక్క రిజల్టెంట్ మోర్ ఫోర్స్ నియరర్ గా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి రిజల్టెంట్ ఫోర్స్ ఇటువైపు వస్తుంది. ఇటువైపు వచ్చిందంటే మళ్ళీ లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ దీనికి నార్మల్ గా ఉండాలి కాబట్టి ఇట్లా వస్తుంది. ఇట్లా వచ్చిందంటే వాట్ అబౌట్ యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్? ఈ లిక్విడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ దగ్గర ఇక్కడ డ్రా చేసిన టాంజెంట్ సాలిడ్ యొక్క సర్ఫేస్ చేసే యాంగిల్ ఇది, అంటే డిక్రీజ్ అయింది కదా. సో యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ కాంటాక్ట్ డిక్రీజ్. సో వెన్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ ఇట్ ఇస్ క్లియర్ దట్ when temperature increases, angle of contact decreases due to decrease of coercive forces. Okay, right. One more example I want to discuss now. Yes, see. Example C. Same case, the same diagram. On the surface of the liquid, you consider the molecule. If Fa less than Fc by root 2, and the adhesive force is less than the coercive force. Okay, it is the liquid. No doubt, when you consider the molecule at the surface of liquid in contact with the glass, it is the surface of solid. It is surface of solid. So when you consider the molecule on the surface of liquid in contact with the solid, at that place, the coercive force, net coercive force acts in this direction, and the adhesive force is in this direction. Adhesive force. When you resolve here, it is no doubt it makes an angle 45 degree. So in this direction, Fc cos 45, that is equal to Fc by root 2. Here also Fc by root 2 is there. Okay, now then Fa less than Fc, that means coercive force on the surface of the liquid, coercive forces are stronger than adhesive force. And Fc by root 2 greater kada, and coercive forces are stronger than adhesive forces. In such case, the net force is in this direction. No? In such case, the net along the surface of the liquid net force is net force F1 is equal to Fc by root 2 minus Fa. దీని కాంపోనెంట్స్ గా డివైడ్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి just you forget this Fc. So the net force on the surface of the liquid is in this direction, which is Fc by root 2 minus Fa, and in this direction Fc by root 2. The resultant of these two is in between these two but lies along this direction. lies along this direction. The resultant of these two forces lies along this direction. It is the net force. That's why the surface of liquid is like this. Perpendicular to this net force, you draw a tangent. Perpendicular to this surface, you draw a plane, which is the surface of the liquid at this point. That means the liquid surface is like this. At this point, as the net force is in this direction, perpendicular to the net force, the liquid surface is there. Surface of liquid. Surface of liquid. Now I will draw the positions of the different molecules on the surface of the liquid in this case. Okay, now it is a solid surface. Example, I will take the example of mercury and glass, which is the and glass. I will take this example because in this case, coercive forces among the mercury atoms is greater than the adhesive forces between the mercury and the glass. The glass is mercury. Glass atoms ki mercury atoms contain adhesive forces that is less than the coercive forces among the atoms of the mercury. So in such cases, the net force itla undi kabatti surface of the meniscus ఈ షేప్ లో రావాలి ఇట్లా రావాలి కదా ఈ షేప్ లో ఉంటుంది. This is the surface of the meniscus. Already previously while explaining the angle of contact, I drawn the meniscus shape is like this because of this reason only. So in this case, coercive forces, adhesive forces less than coercive forces on the surface of liquid. On surface of liquid. In this case, nature of the meniscus. This is meniscus shape is called the convex shape. So this meniscus is the convex shape meniscus. Okay. At this point of contact of this liquid surface with the solid. This is the solid, no? It is the solid surface. Solid surface. Okay, మొత్తం కూడా mercury. So you draw the tangent at the point of contact of the liquid surface with the solid, then you will get the tangent like this. You will get the tangent like this. It is the tangent. According to the definition of the angle of contact, angle between the tangent drawn at the point of contact on the surface of liquid to the surface of the solid inside the liquid means this one. In case of mercury and of course this is theta. Here in case of mercury and glass, it is 140 degree. So in this case, angle of contact is greater than 90 or less than 90? Greater than 90. So from this explanation, we can write if angle of contact is less than 90, then on the surface of liquid, adhesive forces are greater than coercive forces and shape of the meniscus is concave. Shape of the meniscus is concave. If example, what is the example means we can write example water and glass. Water and glass. Water means that may be pure water, impure water. Pure water and glass means 0 degree. Impure water means drinking water. The drinking water and glass is 8 degree. Okay. Next, if theta equal to 90 degree, it is possible whenever Fa is equal to F. Of course, here you write this one first. Because of Fa greater than Fc only, if Fa greater than Fc, in this case, because of this reason, angle of contact becomes less than 90. Fa greater than Fc means angle of contact becomes less than 90 or acute. Acute. In that case, shape of the meniscus is concave. Shape of the meniscus means the surface of liquid in contact with the solid is called the meniscus. Shape of the meniscus is concave. Example this one. Next, if Fa equal to Fc. Then angle of contact is equal to 90. Example, alcohol and glass. Okay, here what is the shape of the meniscus? Shape of the meniscus is plane. Example, alcohol and glass are pure water and silver glass. Silver. If Fa less than Fc, okay, then theta greater than 90. Surface convex. Meniscus shape is convex. Example, mercury and glass. Mercury and glass. Okay. If Fa greater than Fc and angle of contact is equal to 0 degree. What is the shape of the meniscus? No doubt concave only. Concave is the part, spherical surface is the part of the concave. Spherical surface అనేది concave యొక్క ఒక part. ఒక case. Okay na? Theta is equal to 0 means no doubt it is less than 90 only. So shape is concave. Particularly concave means which shape in that concave surface means spherical. Spherical. It is the case of pure water and glass. Okay. In this, one more point. When temperature of liquid increases, temperature of liquid rises, Cauchy force decreases, and angle of contact decreases. Okay. Temperature decrease అయిందంటే Cauchy force decrease అవుతుంది. Cauchy force decrease అయినప్పుడు ఇది increase అవుతుంది కాబట్టి this will increase. Surface ఇంకొంచెం టర్న్ అవుతుంది. So angle of contact decrease. Okay. Angle of contact decreases. Angle of contact decreases. Okay. So these are the important points here. Okay. Next. Shall I erase now? So it is the shape of the liquid meniscus. Shape of the liquid meniscus. No, here along the surface of liquid, I said along surface of the liquid, all these. Along the surface of the liquid, all these are. Okay. Okay, we can write Fc by root also we can write along surface of the liquid, or if Fa greater than Fc by root 2. Okay, you can write like that also, no problem. Next, one more thing. Whenever the adhesive forces are greater than Cauchy forces, if the liquid is poured on the surface of the floor, if adhesive forces are greater than Cauchy forces, that liquid molecule sticks to the floor so that it wets the floor. When the liquid wets the floor means definitely cause adhesive forces are greater than Cauchy forces, angle of contact less than 90. Such type of liquids only wets the solid in which it is taken. That is also important point. So here, whenever the Cauchy forces are stronger than, adhesive forces are stronger than Cauchy forces, in that case, the liquid molecule sticks to the solid. That's why wets the solid. Wets the solid. Here also, Fa equal to Fc means it does not wet, does not make dry. Okay. Fa less than Fc means it does not wet the solid. Does not wet the solid. Does not wet the solid. Suppose in case of mercury and glass, angle of contact is greater than 90. Greater than 90 means 140 degree in case of mercury. In case of mercury and glass, the angle of contact is mercury and glass angle of contact is 140. In such case, adhesive forces are less than Cauchy forces. That's why mercury molecules does not stick to the glass. Suppose if the mercury fall on the surface of the floor, angle of contact is greater than 90. That's why in that case, Cauchy forces are stronger than the adhesive forces. In such cases, the mercury does not stick to the solid. Already we can observe. Similarly, when the raindrop fall on the lotus leaf, when the raindrop fall on the lotus leaf, the raindrop does not stick to the lotus leaf because the angle of contact between the lotus leaf and the raindrop is greater than 90. In such case, the angle of contact greater than 90 means no doubt Cauchy forces are stronger than adhesive forces. coercive forces are greater than adhesive forces. That is fixed. Okay. Next. If angle of contact greater than 90, it does not wets the solid. If it is less than 90 or equal to 0, it wets the solid. Okay. If angle of contact is less than 90, whenever the angle of contact is less than 90, in such case, as adhesive forces are greater than the coercive forces, that liquid sticks to the solid surface and that liquid spreads over the surface of the solid. On the floor, when you pour the water, as the angle of contact is less than 90, it sticks to the floor so that it wets the floor and that water flows over the surface of the, spreads over the surface of the floor because the angle of contact less than 90. If angle of contact is greater than 90, in such case, when coercive forces are stronger than adhesive forces, in such case, such liquid does not stick to the solid surface of the floor and that liquid does not spread over the surface of the floor. Suppose when mercury fall on the floor, that mercury split into droplets and they acquire the spherical shape because of surface tension property, but they cannot spread over the surface of the floor because coercive forces are greater than the adhesive forces. Coercive forces are greater than adhesive forces. Okay. Next, excess of pressure. Excess of pressure inside the liquid drop. Excess of pressure inside the liquid drop or outside. The excess of pressure inside the liquid drop or outside. For example, here I will discuss liquid spherical drop. Spherical drop. Because the free surface of the liquid drop acquires the spherical shape. No? The surface of any liquid drop acquires the spherical shape because of surface tension property. Okay. So I will take one example, liquid drop. I will take one example, liquid drop like raindrop. Example, raindrop. We know because of surface tension property, the liquid drop is spherical in shape like this. The liquid drop is spherical in shape like this, and it is the center of the liquid drop. And radius is a smaller. You imagine one half of the liquid drop, hemispherical drop imagine, because spherical liquid drop means it is spherical in shape because of surface tension property. Due to surface tension property, every free liquid drop acquires a spherical shape because of surface tension property. Okay. So in this case, you see actually you consider any molecule on the surface of the liquid. You consider any molecule on the surface of the liquid. No doubt on this liquid drop from outside atmosphere pressure acts. In all directions, atmosphere pressure acts. Due to atmosphere pressure, some force acts on the surface of the liquid inwards. Okay. At the same time, suppose if you consider one molecule, on this molecule, force due to atmosphere pressure acts inwards. Okay. At the same time, here this molecule is attracted by the adjacent molecules due to coercive forces. Due to coercive forces, some force acts on this molecule in this direction, in all directions around them. The net force of all these coercive forces acts downwards. So net force acts on the molecule due to pressure. Outside pressure is in this direction. Coercive force acts on the molecule in this direction. Okay, because of that, every molecule on the surface of liquid must come towards the center and the entire drop will be collapsed. But it is not happening. That means at the same time, because of pressure of the liquid drop inside it, because of pressure inside the liquid drop, definitely some force acts on each and every molecule in outward direction. Definitely, the pressure inside the liquid drop must be greater than the pressure outside. No? Only because of atmosphere pressure, some force acts on these molecules towards the center, that is FD. Due to coercive forces, some force FC acts in this direction. In order to balance these two forces, in order to make the net force zero on this molecule, because whenever the liquid drop is in equilibrium, every molecule inside or outside the inside or on the surface of the liquid drop, every molecule is under equilibrium. So in order to counterbalance the sum of these two forces acts towards the center, some force must be acting on this molecule outwards. That is possible whenever the liquid drop is having some pressure inside it. So because of the molecules of the liquid drop present inside it having pressure P, some force acts on the molecule out in outward direction, away from the center. Okay, in order to balance these forces, the pressure inside the liquid drop must be greater than the pressure outside. ఎందుకంటే ఈ నాట్ అట్మాస్ఫియర్ ప్రెషర్ కి ఈక్వలెంట్ ఫోర్స్ ఇక్కడ F3 పనిచేస్తా ఉంటే, ఓకే, తర్వాత అదే విధంగా పాజిటివ్ ఫోర్సెస్ ఈక్వలెంట్ ఫోర్స్ కూడా ఇక్కడ పనిచేస్తా ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు ఆ రెండింటిని బ్యాలెన్స్ చేయాలంటే the pressure inside the liquid drop must be greater than the pressure outside. Okay, so because of atmospheric pressure or because of pressure on outside, suppose outside pressure is say P1, that may be equal to atmospheric pressure or need not be equal to atmospheric pressure. Okay, suppose the pressure acts on the surface of the, you take hemispherical surface, just you imagine the hemisphere, because whenever the liquid drop is under equilibrium, every part of the liquid drop is also under equilibrium only. Now you imagine a hemispherical drop. You imagine hemispherical drop. Okay, you imagine the hemispherical drop. You imagine a hemispherical drop of radius smaller. Okay, because here the pressure here is P1, pressure inside the liquid drop is say P2. Pressure inside the liquid drop is say P2. Because of outside pressure and because of outside pressure and because of these coercive forces, net force acts on the molecule inwards. Net force acts on the molecule is inwards. And here, what is the net force acts on the all the molecules in the hemispherical drop due to outside pressure? Due to outside pressure, you see, due to outside pressure, the net force acts on the hemispherical drop is inwards. That means downwards direction the diagram. Due to inside pressure, definitely the force due to pressure inside the liquid drop on this liquid surface is upwards. Net force due to this pressure difference must be outwards. Okay, so here pressure due to the force due to this pressure P2 inside the liquid drop on the hemispherical drop is equal to P2 into the effective area of this hemispherical drop is equal to pi r square, no? So pi r square. It is the force due to pressure inside the liquid drop acts on this hemispherical drop. Liquid drop లోపల ఉన్న ప్రెషర్ వల్ల hemispherical drop మీద అవుట్వర్డ్ డైరెక్షన్ పనిచేసే ఫోర్స్ ఎంత అంటే ప్రెషర్ ఇంటూ ఎఫెక్టివ్ ఏరియా ఆఫ్ దిస్ hemispherical drop is equal to pi r square. అంటే ఈ ప్రెషర్ ఈ క్రాస్ సెక్షన్ మీద ఇటువైపు పనిచేస్తుంది కాబట్టి దానివల్ల పనిచేసే ఫోర్స్ P2 ఇంటూ దిస్ ఏరియా ఆఫ్ క్రాస్ సెక్షన్ pi r square. తర్వాత అవుట్ సైడ్ ప్రెషర్ వల్ల ఈ హెమిస్పెరికల్ డ్రాప్ మీద ఇన్వర్స్ పనిచేసే ఫోర్స్ అది ఆపోజిట్ డైరెక్షన్ ఉంది కాబట్టి మైనస్ P1 ఇంటూ ఎఫెక్టివ్ ఏరియా ఆఫ్ దిస్ హెమిస్పెరికల్ సర్ఫేస్, ఎఫెక్టివ్ ఏరియా ఆఫ్ దిస్ హెమిస్పెరికల్ డ్రాప్ is equal to this cross section only pi r square. So into pi r square. It is the net force acts on this hemispherical drop. Net force acts on this hemispherical drop due to pressure difference. That is in this direction. Okay, at the same time, because of lower hemispherical drop on the circumference of the hemispherical drop, on the circumference of the upper hemispherical drop, due to surface tension, some force acts in downward direction. అంటే ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర రిమైనింగ్ హెమిస్పెరికల్ డ్రాప్ వల్ల because of force due to surface tension acts on the upper hemispherical drop in downward direction like this. Because lower it's very important. Due to lower hemispherical drop, due to surface tension phenomena, the force acts on the upper hemispherical drop due to lower hemispherical drop is in downward direction, and that force is always due to surface tension. That is, the force acts on the upper hemispherical drop is always along the tangential direction in this downward direction, because lower hemispherical drop is here. Okay, force due to surface tension is always on the outer surface of the liquid only. Okay, therefore surface tension of the liquid is a P. And force due to surface tension acts on this hemispherical drop is equal to, in downward direction, equal to T into, as surface tension is the force acts on unit length. The total length of the hemispherical drop is total length of the outer surface of the hemispherical drop on which lower hemispherical drop applies the force is 2 pi into smaller circumference, 2 pi smaller. Due to pressure difference, the force acts in upward direction is equal to this one. Due to pressure difference, that is net force. So this is equal to F. F is equal to this one, which is, as the hemispherical drop is under equilibrium. Liquid drop is under equilibrium means every part is also under equilibrium. Hemispherical drop is also under equilibrium. That's why the net force acts on this hemispherical drop due to pressure difference is equal to a force due to surface tension acts on this hemispherical drop downwards. That is equal to T into 2 pi R. Okay, now here, as per you can take common, P2 minus P1 into pi R square is equal to T into 2 pi smaller. R square cancel, pi cancel. So P2 minus P1 is equal to 2T by smaller. Where P2 minus P1 means the difference between the pressure inside the liquid drop and outside. That is the excess of pressure. Therefore, this is equal to excess of pressure, comma, delta P is equal to P2 minus P1, which is equal to 2T by smaller. Pressure inside the liquid drop. Pressure inside the liquid drop. P2 is equal to 2T by smaller plus P1, where P1 is the pressure outside the liquid drop. Pressure acts on liquid drop from outside. This is very, very important point. Pressure acts on the liquid drop from outside. Okay, similarly, a soap bubble, just same type of explanation, a soap bubble. Same diagram, no change, just 1 minute, 2 minutes. Soap bubble. Soap bubble. Okay, 1 minute. 49, 12:49, just 1 minute. Soap bubble, because if you complete this one, you can do the problems based on this. Okay, soap bubble. In case of soap bubble, inside the soap bubble, air is there. Soap bubble is having two surfaces, inner surface and outer surface. Soap bubble is having two surfaces. Soap bubble is having two surfaces, inner surface and outer surface. Inside it, there is air. Like this. Okay. Due to lower hemispherical surface, on the upper hemispherical surface, due to surface tension force axis, on outer surface of the soap bubble, hemispherical soap bubble, but force due to surface tension is 2 pi r. On inner surface also 3 into 2 pi r. That's why totally this into 2. So into 2. So it becomes 40 by r. That becomes 40 by r. So excess of pressure inside the soap bubble is equal to 40 by r. Because the soap bubble is having two surfaces, inner surface and outer surface. On the inner surface, force due to surface tension T into 2 pi r acts. On outer surface also T into 2 pi r acts downwards direction. These two forces are balanced. So balanced. Okay, now excess of pressure inside the soap bubble is equal to 40 by r. Pressure inside the soap bubble. Pressure inside the soap bubble Heat is equal to 4P by R plus P1. 4P by R plus P1. So pressure acts on the liquid, pressure acts on the soap bubble from outside. Pressure acts on soap bubble from outside. That is P1. Okay, this is the soap bubble. Last 1 minute, the excess pressure inside the air bubble inside the water. The excess pressure inside the air bubble inside the water. Last point. Air bubble underwater. Air bubble underwater. Same diagram. Here, even it is the bubble, air bubble, it is filled with, here on the outer surface, the liquid is there or what is there. Only it is having one free surface. Only it is having one free surface. That's why, because of here the pressure outside is P1, on this one, inside pressure is P2. So on this bubble, the net force acts in upward direction and force due to surface tension P into, as it is having only one free surface, inner surface is only free surface of the soap bubble, this air bubble. Outside is filled with, outside it is in contact with the liquid. That's why only one free surface is there. On this one free surface only, force due to surface tension acts. So you don't confuse air bubble or soap bubble. These are different. Air bubble just like liquid drop only. So T into 2 pi R. So in such case, formula is this only. So here in that case, there is no 2 here. So here 2 you will get. So here also 2. 2. Here it is not the soap bubble. Air bubble underwater. Pressure inside the air bubble. In water. In water or in any liquid. This is 2T by R. Where P1 is the pressure acts on the air bubble. Air bubble from outside. That is the case. Okay. These are the excess of pressures in different cases. Okay. Fourth one. Suppose here last point. Okay, I will erase this one. Fourth one. Suppose the free surface of liquid is having different curvature like this. Different curvature like this. Then this surface is having one radius of curvature. This surface is having another radius of curvature. Okay? The same liquid surface having different radii of curvature. It is say R1, this is say R2. Then excess pressure inside it. Excess pressure delta P is equal to PE. Excess pressure. Excess pressure inside it compared with outside pressure is equal to. Generally, in case of liquid drop, we have 2T by R. But now in this case, if the radii of curvatures are same, then totally the radius of curvature is same, then 2T by R only here also you will get. But here, one radius of curvature is T by R1 plus another radius of curvature is T by R2. Suppose if radii of curvatures are same, R1, R2 both are equal, then you will get 2T by R in this. But if radius of curvatures are different, in such case, excess pressure inside the liquid drop is equal to T by R1 plus T by R2. That is equal to T, you take common, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. For example, last 30 seconds. One example. Suppose in between the two glass plates, these are the two glass plates, a liquid drop is kept. In between the two glass plates, liquid drop is kept. And if you try to separate the glass plates, then the shape of the liquid drop is like this. The glass plate in the separate చేద్దాం try చేసినప్పుడు shape of the liquid drop ఇట్లా ఉంది. దీని యొక్క radius of curvature R1 అనుకోండి, దీని యొక్క radius of curvature R2 అనుకోండి. ఇది R1, ఇది R2. Okay. In this case, what is the x of pressure inside it? X of pressure inside is equal to P into according to this formula, 1 by R1, R1 is equal to say R plus 1 by R2. But it is this liquid surface is plane surface because this liquid surface is in contact with the glass plate. That's why it is plane surface. Hence, it is having radius of curvature infinity. This is equal to say R. Then x of pressure inside it is equal to x of pressure inside the liquid drop in between the two glass plates is equal to x of pressure T is equal to T into 1 by R1 means R plus 1 by infinity. That is equal to T by R0. It is the excess of pressure inside the liquid drop here. Okay. So here, in order to separate the two glass plates, what is the amount of work done? Okay, in next class I will explain. Okay, this is the time is over already. Now it is 57. Oh, right now have a next time signing out. These extra pressures you read. Okay, bye all of you. Thank you for your cooperation. Okay. Okay, shall I sign out? Okay. Right. Bye all of you. We'll meet in study hour.